All right, this will be a quick one. So step one, pretty simple. You have the chassis that we're going to put together. So front and rear chassis. Now it'll be simple, not necessarily super easy, depending on how well your front and rear printed. So a few quick things to note. You have your top and bottom. Make sure that you put them together correctly. Now, they may or may not look the same. So here you notice these were printed with the same printer, and so they kind of have the same finish on the bottom. This is the bottom and the top. Now, the easiest way to tell what's top and bottom is, it may not be very readable, but that should say www.danielnaray.com, which is the guy who came up with this design. And so that's the bottom. Now on this one, there isn't that, so you can't tell which is the bottom, except, okay, notice that these are countersunk holes. So on one side, they're countersunk, meaning they go in at an angle. The other side, they're not. So the side that they look like they're bigger holes, well, that is the bottom side. So keep that in mind. So they are countersunk. In fact, let's grab one of these screws just to show. So now notice, so that's not perfectly flat like I wish it was, but it certainly is a lot more flat than going from this side. So that sticks out a lot more. So countersunk side is the bottom. So these are going to go together. Now, once again, depending on the printer, how things worked, they may go together really easily. They may not. So one recommendation is not to try to go like this and then push them together, because, well, if you know your math, this length is longer than this length. Not a lot, but it might be enough to make it really hard. So you'll want those to go in together as straight as possible. Now, if they're not quite going in, you may need to sand or shave down one of the edges, especially if you look and see that something, yeah, once you start, sometimes it's hard to get them apart. But kind of just look and make sure there's nothing funky that is going to affect it. If so, certainly you can try to take anything off that might be in the way. You could, if there's something that's in the way, scrape it off. That might be helpful as well. But there's nothing in particularly that makes this hard. It's just a tight fit. So there. Let's put that together now. Once again, it may take a little bit of force. You may need help from someone else, that's fine, but that will. Now, could you wait till later to put those together? Certainly, but it might actually be harder with more things on it. So putting that together now, nice thing is it should stay together pretty well. So there's step one.